Hello everybody, welcome to the channel if you are new. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer. My name is Kevin, I am a geek, and you are watching Kevin the Geek. And so, it is finally time to do what I've been saying I wanted to do for such a long period of time. If any of you know me, then I love Doctor Who. Doctor Who is a huge part of my life. Of course, I am British, so it's a huge part of my culture. And basically, I want to go back to every single episode since the revival of Doctor Who in 2005, nearly 20 years ago. And I can't wait to get started. So I'm going to review every single episode and give each score a mark out of 100, which is based on 10 different categories in each episode, where I mark each of those 10 categories out of a score of 10 to give an overall score, so I can truly try to determine which I think are the best episodes. Now, some of these episodes I have watched many times over. Some episodes I have literally watched once. And I would probably say from Peter Capaldi era onwards, that's when I've probably only watched each episode once. I've probably seen certain clips multiple times, but I've probably seen the overall episode as a whole once. So this is going to be a really good chance to go back and review a lot of these episodes. But then some of the older ones I've probably not watched, at least properly, for at least 10 years. So without further ado, what I want to do today is I want to rank the first season of Doctor Who, and of course this is featuring Christopher Eccleston, the 9th Doctor, so the first season of the revival era, and I want to rank each episode based on my memory of the episodes. I could be completely wrong. I could remember them more fondly and think of them better than they actually are. I could also think some of them are really bad, and on rewatch, I actually quite like them. So we're going to see what happens. So this is a good thing to do, so I can actually do a fair comparison and go from memory to, modern day rewatching. So let's get started with number 10, The Long Game. Long Game. From my memory, what can I say? Bad villain. Bad story. Bad monster. Bad dialogue. Next. Number 9. Father's Day. Whew. Again, another one that I remember as being very bad. Very bad villain in this instance. So bad that it never comes up again, despite apparently seeming to be a very big deal. And I just remember it being cheesy. Yeah, that's about as much as I can really say for that. Next, number 8, Boomtown. Right, this one. So, it features the Slitheen, but literally one Slitheen. And that's really it. It features Captain Jack. From my memory, Rose and Mickey have a bit of beef with each other from doing all the travelling and stuff. And yeah, the story wasn't amazing either. So yeah, again, not a great episode. Number 7, The End of the World. This is probably the time that we stopped having bad episodes, from my memory, and start getting into the mediocre episodes. So, The End of the World had some interesting character designs in terms of the aliens. The villain was meh, but the Doctor, you learn more about him, and that was interesting. Number 6, The Unquiet Dead. This episode was set in the past, if I remember actually, the only historically based, oh no, sorry, one of two historically based episodes, really, because Father's Day is sort of, it is historical, but then it's also just only slightly modern day, you know. So yeah, it featured Charles Dickens, and it was okay. And of course you had Eve Miles, who later goes on to play Gwen in Torchwood, who's fantastic in that. Number 5, Rose. So halfway through the list, Rose is a hard one because you have to introduce and juggle many different things. But I think Rose was a reasonable introduction for new fans, and also bringing back older fans from the classic era. And it did a reasonable job of introducing all the different characters. Aliens of London and World War III. So this is a good point to actually tell you how I plan to do two-parter stories or multi-part episodes if they're even longer. The way I want to try and judge most of these is as a singular story, and so do an overall score for both parts. I think you got to the point where you started to see a bit of the relationship between the different characters. Nice bit of banter back and forth. Of course, you have Toshiko Sato, who's also features later down the years in Torchwood. We will definitely do reviews of Torchwood as well, don't you worry. But the farting aliens bring that down for me. Number 3, The Empty Child and the Doctor Dances. So this is the second of the historical episodes, and this one is written by the future showrunner, Stephen Moffat. Very good episode. I mean, really, the top 3, I think from my memory, you could probably rank them in any order. I don't think anyone could really complain too much with that. I think they are arguably the best episodes. It depends on which, order you personally prefer them. For me, I don't remember the child, the gas mask zombie, if you want to call him that. I don't remember him being particularly scary. Maybe that was only because I was 15. Maybe I didn't have any kids in the family, and I couldn't really associate with that. But it was a very good, strong episode, beaten out by only 2. Number 2, Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways. So this one is the finale of season 2, and it had an okay first episode, but was really pulled up by the second episode. And yeah, as soon as all hell starts breaking loose, it's good. It's really good. Number 1, Dalek. I mean, for me, at this moment in time, from my memory, this is the one that is a no-brainer for me at this stage, because it's the one I remember the most. It's the one where I really remember actually being scared. Well, maybe not scared, but I could tell why it was dangerous. And that kind of shadows, I think Rose has a thing in the finale in Bad Wolf / The Parting of the Ways, where she basically goes, there's a whole army of them. We could barely stop one. And the foundations in this episode laid the pure terror that they really have in that finale episode. And the finale would never have worked if it wasn't for Dalek. And so, now that I've ranked every episode based on my memory, I'm going to go back and watch each episode and rank each one properly. Once we've done that, I'm going to do a final video where I review the entire first season and compare them to what I thought before I rewatched all these episodes. So the release schedule is going to be, hopefully, if all goes well, to plan, and each episode is going to be released weekly, one on a Wednesday and one on a Sunday. Hopefully, if all goes well, the first episode will be released on November the 23rd, and that will mean that the final Wednesday before Christmas will be the review episode of the entire first season, and then on Christmas Day, we will have released the Christmas special featuring David Tennant, A Christmas Invasion. I can't wait to get into that. But for now, my name is Kevin, I am a geek, and you have been watching Kevin the Geek. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you want to see all the reviews, and remember to click that notification bell so you get notified when all of my videos go live. But until next time, goodbye.